This might be the biggest package I've received. And hopefully, if it's what I think it is, which it should be, this is a bit of my childhood. I would like to thank Roger Moore. Very interesting name. I'm sure you get that a lot, Roger. Thank you for this. I'd also like to thank the United States Postal Service for actually delivering one of my packages this time. It smells like the 80s. It's weird. Like, I think the 80s has a smell to it. Because I've smelt this smell before. It's covered in bubble wrap. And this is also incredibly valuable. Mint in box one of these is $700. So, managed to snag one for a fraction of the price. Not mint in box, but oh my word. My cat is going to have a heyday, and so am I. Look at, oh my goodness. And the rotors, they actually retract, which is nice. This makes it very easy to carry. Stickers are slightly peeling, that's fine. But, holy cow. Look at that. And the gun swivels. There. I haven't seen a lot of reviews of these on YouTube. I'll have to... I'm scared of touching it. This is actually a very, very sturdy material. Oh my god. So, for those who don't know, this is Blue Thunder. And I had this toy when I was a kid because my dad handed it down to me. And I don't know what happened to it. So I've been searching to try and find the original one. And I have found it. This is what I had as a kid. And it is beautiful. So, there's the moving gun on it. Moves just like in the movie, up, down, left, right. It's got the cockpit in there. I don't know how much this opens. I'm scared to... Okay, so it opens like that. It actually like stays open, which is nice. Cockpit doesn't have any like major detail or anything, which is fine. It's a 1980s toy, and the cockpit actually locks down, which is like I'm surprised by the quality of this. This is a lot better than some models out there. This is very nice, and it's a toy, so this is very, very durable. And the rotor spin. How about this one? This one spins too, the tail rotor. That's so cool. Has stickers on it. They're peeling slightly. I might scrap like the Blue Thunder stickers, but then keep the rest because I want to keep it accurate. So for those who don't know what Blue Thunder is, it is my favorite movie. And it was also a short-lived TV show. If you guys know what Airwolf is, it tried to compete with Airwolf. And failed, honestly. But the film is something to behold. It is... Basically, it's about Roy Scheider. And he's a... for those who don't know who Roy Scheider is, he's from... if you've watched Jaws and Jaws 2, then you'll be familiar with him as Chief Brody. This is my favorite performance that he's in. He is a ex-Vietnam vet turned cop who has PTSD flashbacks. And... he is selected to test this experimental police helicopter. But when he finds out the implications of this chopper and what it's going to be used for, he hijacks it and he's chased by the government. And it's such an awesome movie, such a nostalgic movie for me. It's a great combination of a 1970s thriller, like something like Taxi Driver or something like that, and a 1980s action movie. Roy Scheider, he was kind of John McClane before John McClane came along. He was the everyday hero kind of guy. And which made him very relatable compared to someone like Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger for the 80s. Roy Scheider was very, very relatable. And he was actually in his 50s when he did this movie. So, very relatable. And it had, great action. That's what I was into when I was a kid. It had such amazing action. Everything was done practically, which is my second reason. Everything was done practically, either with giant flyable helicopters or RC models. There's actually a scene where he does a full loop like that in one of these. The action is what I was into when I was a kid, and that's what kept me coming back. But when I became an adult and I watched Blue Thunder again, it had some incredible sci-fi thriller elements. Like, basically this thing is Big Brother. It's a helicopter badass version of Big Brother. And it predicted things like this would be used to spy on people, see through houses and your walls, and record your thoughts and everything like that. Scary part is after this movie came out, the Apache helicopter came out. And then in the world we live in now, you don't even need a giant helicopter to spy on people. There are drones and whatnot. There's cameras. It's a very, very scary time that Blue Thunder predicted. I love the score. I love the acting. And finally, what else I love about it is how it's very, very different compared to other 80s vehicle shows. Like, the 80s seem to have a thing for super vehicles. Like, you look at Knight Rider and Airwolf and for the movie aspect, Firefox. What those were used for is it was always the good guy stopping crime in those super vehicles. And that's what the Blue Thunder show was. It was very much police missions and it coming in and saving the day. But the movie was... this helicopter was the bad guy, essentially. What it was going to be used for was bad purposes. And that's why Frank Murphy, Roy Scheider's character, steals it and goes on a tear through Los Angeles because he's trying to get the news to see what this helicopter is being used for, all the while being hunted down by the government. So the 80s, 70s thriller action movie hybrid, the action done practically, and the uniqueness of Blue Thunder is what keeps me coming back and what has led me to get this toy. And I'm not going to sell this. I want to show this to my dad and be like, I got it back. And I'm going to take care of this, and I'm going to pass this on. Also, I don't think you guys know that Blue Thunder was in Doctor Who. Here's a clip. Yeah, it was in Dalek. Bad Wolf 1. We all know it's Blue Thunder. Wonder if I can make my own Blue Thunder Doctor Who hybrid.
I've had an upgrade. Hi.
And I hope the planet turns round and shits on you.